What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Fishing with Supper episode. Today, we're at this gorgeous culvert spot. I've been here before, if you guys aren't new. Now, this is the spot where, if you guys saw a short on my channel, there was a flash flood that came through here. So it could be a plus or a negative thing. It could have brought in more brook trout into this hole, maybe even some bigger brook trout. So that's why I came here today, is just to test it out, see if there's any bigger fish in here now. If we do catch a nice bigger trout, we will do a catch and cook right here, right on the riverside here. So I think that's gonna be enough rambling on. Let's get you guys on the hat. Let's cast out in here and see what kind of luck we can get. All right, so I don't know if you all can see, but this water is crystal clear here at this spot, which last time I came here, it was pretty murky. But what we got here today is a beautiful rooster tail. Smaller hooks in case there's smaller trout in here. But it's a nice, beautiful rooster tail. It has this kind of white tan yellow color to it. And what we're gonna do to start out is we're just gonna cast up in that water, where it's coming out of the culvert, and we'll bring it back to us over here where I'm standing. So let's see what we can do. First cast of the day. Can't really cast it too far. Ooh, we've got a nibble. First cast of the day, we get a nibble. I want to see if I can really cast it way up in there. There we go. Now we're talking business. Oh, we keep getting nibbles, but no commitment. I'm gonna try over to the right and see what we can do over here. Oh, another little one. I'm noticing that these smaller hooks make it harder to hook into a trout, making it pretty tricky. Oh, that tapped again. We might have to change up baits if we can't get a good hook set on these guys here. Oh, the ones that I'm seeing that keep hitting us here, probably only about 3-4 inches. There we go, fish on, boys. Oh, he came off. We might be able to get him before he gets back in the water, though. Let me wet my hand first. So this is better than what I usually get out of here. Just a little tiny, probably 4 inches, nothing too major. He is a chunky guy, which means that they are growing pretty good here. So let's go ahead and get him back in the water. There he goes. Let's hope he doesn't tell his friends that we're here. I want to see if maybe we can get something that's a little bit bigger. But it is positive because I am seeing some growth development at this spot, which is a good thing. I did see another fish come out towards this too. He wasn't the only one when I cast it over there. Oh, that was a better sized one that I just saw come for it. Over near the right hand side. Surprisingly nothing on that cast. That looked like the best cast so far. And what we might do too is, if we don't catch anything good at this spot. Oh, there we go. There's another fish. That's a better one. Get him up on the bank. Go ahead and wet our hand. This is better than the first one. Brook trout are always so squirmy. Oh boy. All right, there we go. That's better than the first one. That one's probably about we're getting close to 6 inches there with this one. We'll just get him right back in the water. Yeah, they're definitely developing pretty good here at this spot. But there could be some nice ones here too. I don't know if you guys can see. Someone weed whacked a path all the way down here. So this spot is pretty well fished. So it could be too that there were some decent ones up in here that someone had harvested out. Which is kind of what I plan to do too, since there is so many trout in this little hole. I was just gonna get some out of here by keeping some like 7-8 inchers and let the smaller ones kind of thrive in here. I'm starting to get way less follows now. I am gonna change up where I cast from though. We're gonna come cast over at this rock here. And we're gonna cast straight across and bring it sideways across here. Usually these trout are sitting over here to the left, but today they are kind of more over to the right, surprisingly enough. I think we might, the bites are slowing down here a little bit, so they might be a little too pressured right now. We might have to get headed to my other spot that's really close to this one. And we'll just kind of take a look and see what's at that other spot too. See what kind of growth we have over there. I was kind of hoping that some bigger ones would be sitting up in that fast rushing water. I'm not seeing anything come for us right now. I might try jigging it too. I think I just saw like a mini trout, like not even an inch yet, following us in. I'm gonna give it maybe 1 or 2 more casts, and then we're gonna head to my other spot and see if maybe we can get a keeper of a trout up at my other spot. This little rooster tail has some good look to it. That is a cool looking dragonfly. Oh, we had a little one just bite us. That was more over towards where it's shallow. I bet you he was probably only like 2 inches probably at best. All right, last cast at this spot, then we're gonna go try out my other spot. Alrighty. Someone definitely harvested some trout out of here. Either that or when that flash flood came through here, a lot of the brook trout just got washed out with it. Because normally, I mean, we would be getting the same size I'd be getting, but there would probably be like 6 to 8 of them that I'd be catching at this one hole, so. All right, well, I'm gonna get in the truck. We're gonna head to the next spot, and when it cuts, we'll be at the new spot, and I'll see you guys there. All right, we made it to the other spot. Just look at how gorgeous this looks. All this got nice and overgrown. It just looks gorgeous through here. I'm gonna do the same thing that I usually do. Just go right out on this little island and cast up in. We'll check the progression of these trout too and see how big they've gotten. This spot does not have a trail. It was just kind of a tick-infested wonderland, so we might have a tick on us, but that's all right. We wanted to make a path through here anyways, so the plus side is I don't think anyone harvested any trout out of here. So we'll give it a shot. We'll see what we can get. Maybe we can get a nice brookie out of here. That'll be enough rambling on. Let's get you on the hat. Let's see what kind of luck we can get here at this spot. All right, we still got the same rooster tail tied on. If I had to guess though, I bet we could get a brook trout on the first cast here at this spot. Yeah, there we go, first cast. What'd I say, boys? It's an all right size one. We'll wet our hand real quick and we'll release this guy. Not big enough to really do anything with. He's definitely not a keeper of any sorts. Oh, there he goes. Come on, get back out in the main water. There he goes. All right, he's just out there in the main water now, doing his thing. Oh, oh, oh. I just saw 2 nice ones come out. Oh, third one. There was 3 nice ones that just came out after this. All about probably 6 inches or so. Oh, that's a nice one. They're all trying to hit it and run. All right, none of them came out for it that time. I'm gonna try casting over to the left here now. There's definitely a nice one in there, and I mean, like, he's a fatty. Probably 7, 8 inches, and he's fat, so that'd be perfect to do a catch and cook with. A bunch of little ones just came out to play. Oh, that's a nice trout. That's a nice trout. Didn't commit. If they keep hitting this and they're not committing on it, we'll change up to something different. Ooh. There's a nice one sitting in that fast water there, though. We might switch up to a tube. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna switch up to a tube here, guys. They keep swiping this, but they're not really biting it down. And the hooks are, I think, a little too small. So I'm gonna come over here where I won't spook any. And we'll switch over to a tube. One that I think will be the money here at this spot. And hopefully a tube will lock on that big one. But I just realized too, I also have the jerk bait which will definitely work good for catching any nice sized trout out of here. Huh. Decisions. I think we're gonna go with the jerk bait to start out with. I want to get the bigger trout out of here, and the tube is just gonna attract little trout from all across town, so we'll go ahead and just do the jerk bait. And even though this is a rainbow trout jerk bait and there's not rainbow trout in here, I've used this at this hole before and it was just absolute money. So all right, so we got that jerk bait all tied on. I just noticed that when I was putting this on, my reel is starting to run low on line, so I'm gonna have to spool some more line on here soon. We should be good for another week or two of good fishing. The first cast was not good. That's weird. I'm not seeing anything come out for the jerk bait so far. I may have made the wrong call. They do not seem to be interested in this in the slightest. So we might have to change over to a micro tube because I'm just not seeing any action around this jerk bait. Ooh, okay, there's a bite. That was the first bite out of like multiple casts. We'll give it one more cast and then we're gonna switch over to something different. That cast was kind of messed up, so we'll give it one more. There we go, there's a fish on, boys. I think he's foul hooked. Pretty sure of it. Yeah, he swiped at it and foul hooked himself. All right, easy little guy. This is gonna be a little tricky. I think we hooked him in the stomach. Oh, he tangles all up here. This is gonna be tricky. He needs to stop moving. The only way I can help him. Okay, that wasn't that bad. That's the one downfall to using a jerk bait is since there's double treble hooks on it, trout easily get foul hooked. So even if that was a keeper trout, we wouldn't have been able to keep him anyways because he was foul hooked. That's the rule in my state is any trout that are snagged or foul hooked need to be released immediately. So he wasn't a keeper anyways, but I think we're gonna switch over baits anyways. I don't like the fact that he got foul hooked. So we're gonna go ahead and switch over to a tube. I just feel like that'll be more practical for this spot. So since the water is clear, we're gonna go with something that's a little bit more natural for them. I have one that I really want to use that I haven't used much of yet. So this one's really good. This is the hare's ear. So I have used this one before. Can't remember if I used one at this spot or not. It doesn't look like we got one rigged. We'll just take out a fresh one and we'll rig it up. I might throw a little bit of scent on there too. I gotta find my other pack of jig head hooks because that's the last one out of this pack. We'll just go ahead and rig this real quick. There we go. We got that all rigged up. Let's tie it on and then we'll put some scent on it. So we don't have too much more time to fish, sadly, because we actually have a giant storm coming in that's gonna cause flash flooding. Surprise, surprise there with how much rain my state's already gotten. It's making it real tough to go fishing and do videos because just the sheer amount of rain that has been coming through my state has just been absolutely brutal. I haven't seen this much rain in my state in years, so hopefully we have just enough time to do a little bit more fishing before the rain starts. We got to be careful for thunder and lightning too, because that's also coming with this storm. First cast with the hare's ear. Oh, okay, we just had a little one take it. I failed to set the hook. I want that bigger one that's over here though. That's what I'm really shooting for. There we go, there's a fish on. Just another little one from the looks of it. Yeah, they love the micro tubes at this hole. Dang, he gobbled it. He was not playing around. All right, there's another little guy. We'll go ahead and get him right back in the water. he ain't much to look at. He's just a tiny guy. Let's get back out there, try to get the big guy. Whoa, whoa. That was a big trout that just swiped us. Whoa, whoa. He was fast. Oh my gosh. I was just kind of bringing it across and I just saw one come up like flash lightning and just completely miss it. Hauling. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The amount of trout that I'm seeing just like come after it as quick as they possibly can. It's kind of crazy. I don't know why they're moving it. They're moving for it so fast. I'd like for that big one to try to come up for it again. Whoa. Immediately as soon as it hit the water. There we go, there's a fish on. Just another little guy. He's a little bit bigger than the last one. Water hand. Easy guy, easy. He got hooked close to the eye, so I'm trying to be careful not to take his eye out. There we go. Yeah, he should be all right. See, this was my concern too when I had tried on the jerk bait, is that I knew all the small ones would be coming after this. I mean, this just looks like a perfect meal for a small trout. Big trout love it too, but the small ones are just so fast. They're good at getting it and getting it fast. There we go. Another fish on, boys. This is a decent trout. Definitely bigger than the last ones. Oh, what our hand again. Oh boy, hopefully he didn't get hooked in the gills. He's bleeding. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know about this one, guys. Oh boy. Yeah, he's messed up. Yeah, I don't know if this guy's gonna make it. We're gonna try to revive him. I don't know if that's gonna work though. I think he's already gone. Ooh. Well, he just swam off under a rock, so he might make it, but I think he's only gonna have one eye from now on. It always stinks when they get hooked like that, and it's just really unfortunate. Poor fella. I noticed as soon as I got him in that he was bleeding already, so that's never a good sign. There's a probably 80% chance that trout's not gonna make it. But as you all have probably already seen, that this hole is just filled to the max with trout. There's got to be at least 20-30 trout in this one small hole. Oh, there's a fish on. That's a good fish. Oh man, that's a really good fish. Holy, what in the world just happened? This is a keeper, boys. That is a keeper. Where did he come from? What in the world? Where did this one just come from? Oh my lord. I don't know where he just came from, but he is a keeper. We will be doing a catch and cook. If I can get the hook out of him here. Damn, he is hooked good. Alright, we're gonna bonk him out. Find a good rock to do that with here. Wow. Okay. Well, boys, he came out of nowhere to hit that. Good lord. That is a nice brook trout. All right, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna wash him off, and we're gonna take a couple more casts, see what else we can catch out of here. No shot. That's a beauty right there, boys. Nice. I really did not even think that there was trout this big in here. I mean, I caught some nice ones out of here last year, but there was mostly just small ones. This one came out of left field and just smoked us out of nowhere. Oh man. All right, well, we only have a good maybe hour left, so I'm gonna just take a couple more casts fishing. Oh, geez, they're still smoking it. But we're gonna take a couple more casts, see if we can get another big one. And if not, we'll call it a day and we'll cook up that trout. Oh, another small one. That big one hit us just right here, right in front of me. And I mean, I couldn't even see him come for it, which is the surprising thing. He blended in. Oh. But I know that there's at least a couple more big ones in here, back where I just casted. I at least want to catch a couple more, even no matter what size they are, just to catch some. We just had one swipe us. I think they're sitting way down deep in that hole. There we go, fish on, boys. He's just a little tight, another little one. Let's wet our hand and set him free as soon as possible. Hooked him in the lower lip, which is exactly what we wanted. All right, little guy, go out there and get bigger for us. We'll definitely be coming back to this spot later in the year when these trout get bigger. And then these trout will start getting the fall colors, which are just gorgeous. The fishing's starting to slow down a little bit, so we'll just give it a couple more casts, and if we don't catch nothing else, then we'll call it a day. Start filleting up our trout, and we'll get cooking here soon. Cast over to the left. We'll try over here for a little bit. Oh, a little one just came for it. He was tiny. That was a failed cast. Oh, they had a little one take us all the way down to the bottom there. I really do think they're sitting right in the middle, way down deep. I'm gonna try to cast it in the middle and we'll let it sink. Well, that didn't work too well. There we go, that's better. We'll let that sink right on down. We should be able to feel when we get pulled. And we should be able to see it too. Do we have fish on? Oh, we do, we have a fish on, boys. Oh, that's a good fish. That's another good fish. Oh my goodness. Another decent fish. Nice. Oh, he's just barely hooked too. We just barely hooked him. It's kind of like a weird sideways hook. All right, we got the hook out of him. We're gonna set him free. He's probably, he needs to be a little bit fatter for us to want to eat him up. So we're gonna get him back in the water. Go ahead and fatten up for us, guy. There he goes. Another nice brookie. They're definitely getting better and better. So what I'm noticing now is by letting it sit, sink down in the middle, I think the bigger trout are sitting down there. So we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna see if we can maybe get a really decent sized brook trout out of here. Oh, that's perfect. We'll let that sink right down. Oh, at least got thumped. There we go, fish on, boys. Not a halfway bad fish. That's pretty decent. They are bigger down there, deeper in the holes. We'll go ahead and wet our hand and set him free too. Hooked him right in the cheek. There we go, another beautiful brook trout. They are just absolutely stacked in this hole. We're gonna do that same thing again. I mean, I think they just can't resist it when it's down on the bottom like that. I thought I saw my line moving there. Oh, it's got thumped again. Just a small one that time. Get it right back out there. All right, boys, our GoPro just overheated. I thought the battery died, but I just realized too that I only have this one battery. So we're gonna do 3 more casts, not counting that one. But we're only gonna do 3 more casts, and then we gotta get cooking and get ready to head on out of here because we only have 30% battery life left. And I don't want my GoPro to keep overheating, so 3 more casts is all we're gonna do. I'm gonna cast this over to the right a couple of times for the last 2 casts, and then we'll get to cooking. All right, last cast of the day. Let's make it count. Ooh, we've had a really good tug. All right, 1 more cast. I'm starting to hear that thunder and lightning coming, so we got to make it quick here. Just had a little hit. All right, that's where we're gonna call the fishing. I'm gonna start gutting our trout out here. We might end up cooking this trout up by the truck, just in case. All right, guys, since there is a storm coming in, I decided we're not gonna do a catch and cook here today. I don't want to get caught in a storm by, you know, cooking out here, and then if the storm does come, then it's just a real hassle packing up the stove when it's hot and the pan and everything. So I'm just gonna take this trout home with me instead of doing a catch and cook on video. But that does mean we are gonna take a couple more casts for fishing, just to finish the day off, and maybe even keep a second trout if we can get something big. But the plan has changed, no more catch and cook, but I'll make it up to you guys next week by doing a catch and cook for sure. All right, but that's enough rambling on again, and let's get casted out in this water, see if we can get another trout for today. All right, boys, back to fishing we go. I'm tempted to throw a little bit more scent on here again, but we'll see if we can get some more bites just as is here without putting scent on it. I'm not getting any more bites. We might go back to just letting it sink like we did the other times here. I'm gonna do one more cast and we're gonna throw some more scent on it. I'm curious how much of a difference the scent's gonna make this time around. All right, yeah, we're gonna throw some scent on. What I am gonna do before we head out of here though is I am going to gut that fish out, just so I don't have to make a mess at home. It's just easier to do it out here, and we can leave the guts for all the other critters that are around here. All right, let's see if they like it with the scent. We're still not getting any more bites, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cast it directly in the middle. We're gonna let it sink, and we're just gonna let it do its thing while I fillet this trout. So I'm just gonna set this here. Go ahead and set our rod right on the rocks. We should be able to see our rod tip moving if something really has it. So I'm just gonna step right over our line here and get our knife out. Looks like we have a little bit of tension on our line. It's just kind of like wrapped around a stick. All right, so let's go ahead and let's gut this fish out here. If you guys have watched my videos before, you know exactly how I got my fish. If you haven't watched them before, then now you're gonna learn how I got my fish. My knife needs a good sharpening. All right, now I just take the head right on off. We take the guts and all the gunk out, throw it right in the side of the water there. We score right down the kidney, and luckily we got water right here, so we can just kind of push it out right here. Alright, that's some pretty good looking meat right there. But there we go. We have ourselves a nice gutted piece of brook trout. And I'm just gonna set it right here for now, because we gotta reel our line in. We're probably snagged up by now. We're gonna figure out though. We could have a fish on there too. Huh, surprisingly we don't got a fish on. Huh. It could be that they just spit it too. I mean, it's only one hook. Oh yeah, that wind's picking up. I'm gonna do one more cast out of this and then we're gonna head on out of here. Yeah, these fish are all done biting. We probably caught every fish that was in here, to be honest with you. All right, we're gonna wash our knife off, grab our bag and our trout. We're gonna head on out of here. Alrighty guys, I'm getting ready to hike on out of here, but I just wanted to take a moment and say thank you guys so much for watching to the end of the video. If you guys really did enjoy this episode, you want me to do more just like this, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out in knowing exactly what everyone wants to watch, because I love doing anything fishing, so I don't mind what I do. But anyways, I just want to thank you guys again for all of the channel support here recently. I wouldn't have the type of growth I have now if it wasn't for all of you, so thank you all again so much. But that's going to wrap up this week's episode of Fishing with Sepper. Thank you guys again so much, and we'll catch you next Sunday. All right, peace out, guys.